Okay guys, it's time to get out of Tunis and head south towards the desert. Gonna go to the train station, gonna get the train to Sousse and see how far we can head on via El Gem, the incredible Roman amphitheatre and beyond. Alright, let's go. So Sousse is really the first stop on the way south from here. It's about 150, 160 kilometers away, so shouldn't be too long a journey. I don't really know too much about it at the moment, find out on the way, but looks like it's got a real nice old Medina area. Also a lot of resorts in the area, but I'm going to be avoiding that side of things. Okay, here we go, let's get out of here. Hopefully I can get a ticket. There we go, just over 10 dirhams, so about €3 something, the first train journey in Tunisia. Well, it's certainly not this platform down here. Got a little bit of a wait right here in Tunis, but having got so used to Moroccan times and Moroccan stations, I arrived half an hour early thinking the queue could easily be half an hour. Straight through here, straight through and dirt cheap. I don't think the train's going to be quite so fast, but hey, it's going to be a nice relaxed way to get to Sousse. Although I'm on first class here, the whole carriage and seat reservation is non-existent, but it's really quite comfortable. The seats are lovely and comfortable here, so can't complain. Anyway, here we go, off to Sousse. There we go, welcome to Sousse. Let's go find somewhere to stay. It looks quite nice so far. The train station's quite small here. Just going to wander around to the Medina side. Okay, and there we are. I find myself in this weird but charming Riyadh-style place in the heart of the Medina. This lovely rooftop here with some great views over the city. Great place to start. Really kooky, strange rooms. Check this out. But yeah, really in the heart of things for this short stay in Sousse. You see the sea behind this way with a pirate boat on it, of course. And what better place to start here than the Rabat of Sousse, thought to date back to the 8th or 9th century. And the lead up here through the Medina gates is fantastic. You go through this little market along the way with what looks like a fortress just looming behind you. And it's really in quite an amazing location too, the way it's just set down from the surrounding Medina streets. And right here, just by the Rabat, you've got the Grand Mosque. And this is really quite unique. It dates from around the 9th century, but it was actually based on a former fort or Kasbah. And because of that, it doesn't have its own minaret. So at least in the past, the big tower from the Rabat, which is pretty much next door, used to be used. So, let's take a step back. What's a Rabat anyway? Well, a Rabat is a small fortification originally built along the front lines of the Muslim conquest of the Maghreb or North Africa. But they were more than just fortresses. They housed military volunteers, yeah, but they're also centres to spread Islamic learnings across the land. And there we go, there's the tower itself. Well, be crazy not to, right? Let's go get a great view over the Medina. Oh wow, and that is quite a view over the city. This is just amazing up here. You can see all over the Medina, you can see the shops and the souk below. You can see the Medina walls, you can see the port and the sea. You can see the Grand Mosque. And it's so lovely to see the courtyards of the Grand Mosque as well, because of course as a non-Muslim I'm not allowed in. And that is an absolutely fantastic bit of history right there. Let's get out now and let's see some more in the Medina. Okay, definitely time now for a little bit of food after all that walking around. This place gets some pretty good reviews online for local food, so let's give it a try. Okay, so I'm sat here literally right by the Medina walls. I've ordered a main course of octopus with pasta. They say that octopus is a thing here. I'm right by the sea. I love a good bit of octopus, so I've got to try this, of course. But there seems to be a lot more. Loads of stuff has come already. So I've got this soup here that's come, something that looks a little bit like a spring roll here, and then some salad and something else, I'm not too sure what that is. And obviously, always the big load of bread. Got to give this soup a try first, of course. Oh, that's really unique. Nothing like I expected at all. From the colour of it, I was expecting really quite spicy. Certainly very, very thick. You can see the thick texture. And then what is this spring roll type thing? I've really got no idea. It's cold. One way to find out, I guess. I'm still not really much the wiser. There's definitely some vegetables in there. I'm not sure whether there's any meat or not. I'm kind of leaning towards the side of not. It's quite tasty. Got this nice fresh salad here as well. Okay, the octopus dish has arrived and it looks absolutely massive. There's a ton of pasta there. The octopus is definitely small octopus, like baby octopus or something, rather than the big, big tentacles you get. Oh, here we go. It's very strange, really. I guess, of course, pasta's here because we are really so close to Italy. I think Sicily is, what, like 100 kilometers away or something. It's really, really close by. So you've got that Italian influence with the pasta. But at the same time, the sauce is definitely not seeming Italian to me. It's very tomatoey at first, but then really builds into a lot of spice there. Very unusual, but tasty. Definitely tasty. So it's a lot quieter here than the other central side of the Medina we were just in. But I'm going up to the museum, Dar el Cid. At least if I don't get lost along the way, which of course I am. There we go, found my way out to the city walls. So Dar el Cid is a small museum just by the city walls in a quiet part of the Medina. And the point of this museum is to give an insight into how the aristocrats of the 18th and 19th century used to live here in Sousse. So it's a wonderfully preserved old house. Wow, it's really strange immediately to come into this bedroom here because it reminds me so much of a really, really nice version of where I'm staying. You've got this same style of beds here, kind of built into the wall with these strange curtains overhanging them. The marble bathroom here and marble bathtub. Well, it's just like the new home. And look at this, you come out into this little courtyard. There's a big tower here. Wow. Okay, so I'm not at the top yet. It does keep going, but I guess this must be the servants' quarters. Now I'm thinking this kitchen here isn't really part of the period features here. It's kind of looking a bit modern around here. Certainly this. So it's saying there's a terrace up this way. Let's go and have a look over the Medina. Oh wow, I'm actually quite shocked. I just got up the first stairs here and look at this view. That is incredible. That is crazy. It's just offering such an amazing view over the Medina. You can see the Medina walls running below us, all the way out to the sea behind. I never expected that when I came in this little museum. Just never expected it. And the tower here is actually, as I understand it, the second highest tower in the city. Second, not to the Rabat, but actually to the lighthouse. Let's see if we can actually go up the tower. The view can't be any better than here, but hey, we're up here, why not? Oh, yeah, flag. Okay, well, it's a little bit cramped coming up here, and there's a really, really big Tunisian flag, but they do let you come up. Look at this. Oh, wonderful. This is the place to come for a nice view over the Medina. You must come here. And it's lovely seeing around the house as well. It's a really fun little museum. Right, let's head out, walk around the Medina some more. And there we go. I thought it was pirate boats. Here they are. They're all lined up. Stepping out of the Medina into this quite lively part surrounding us. But let's go a lot further away. Let's hop in a taxi and let's go north to the more resorty part. We're in a taxi now, just a short step out of the old city here, and things do change considerably. It's far more resorty out here. I start seeing some of the international hotel chains, but I kind of understand why. You've got this lovely, lovely beach on the Mediterranean around here, but we're going to head a lot deeper north than that into an area which is actually developed specifically for tourism. Why would I want to go there, you say? Well, that's a good question, and one I'm going to come back to a bit later. So after heading through countless resorts, chain hotels, and the sort of things you expect to see anywhere in the world, I've stopped in an area called Port El Kantaoui. Now what this is, it's a completely artificial, purpose-generated tourist area Built around a fake port in 1979. Supposedly the buildings and streets here are modelled off the traditional style, but what I see is just wide open streets. Really could be anywhere, could be the US even. But sadly it's in this area, in a 2015 terrorist attacks, that a gunman opened fire in a hotel, killing 39 people, mostly tourists. And I think from what I understand, the country is still really trying to recover from that. But what on earth am I doing here? That's the question. Why would I be in a place like this, 10 kilometers north of where all the fun is? Well, there is a good reason. There just happens to be a brew pub here. And that is a real rarity in North Africa. Yeah, really most strange. It's very much behind a closed gate here, and understandably so given the history. But here we go, so this is Gulf Brow. Okay, here we go, Gulf Brow beer, made right here in Sousse, Tunisia. Cheers. Okay, here we go, it's time for this morning's little adventure. So I have to leave Sousse pretty early, so I'm down at the Louage station. Now, what's a Louage, you ask? Good question. A Louage is pretty much the main form of transport in this country. So these are shared minibuses. It seems kind of chaotic, but you pay, when they fill up they leave, and you never really know how long you're going to wait. If you're lucky enough to be on a busy route, you can be straight out. If you're on a not so busy route, you can be waiting for ages. I don't know what to expect. I do expect busyness, chaos, and probably not knowing what on earth I'm going to do. But hey, let's give it a try for the first time, because this is the way forward. Okay, the first part seems quite easy there. Got a ticket, cost a couple of euros. So I've been pointed over this way to the Louages to El Jem. Now this is pretty confusing. Nothing is posted here and everything's written in Arabic. Okay, I found it. That wasn't so hard after all. So now I understand the thing to do is just to put your bag on a seat and wait for people to show up. So my plan for the day is to make it down to Sfax, but I'll stop off at El Jem on the way to see this awesome Roman amphitheatre, which should rival the Colosseum in Rome, but with a lot less people. It looks amazing, so how can I not stop there? And there we go, welcome to El Jem. So this is the local Louage station. Got to remember this for the way back. So I'm walking down these really quite nondescript streets here, but what I keep seeing looming over the buildings, this incredible amphitheatre. Now this is the reason I've come. Would you look at that? That is just incredible. It looks kind of like the Colosseum from Rome. This is absolutely incredible being here. It really does feel like being in Rome, but without all the people. What an amazing place. Let's go explore. Now this amphitheatre was built around the 3rd century, and as I say, it really reminds me of the Colosseum in Rome, but at the same time the Colosseum was the biggest. It was 50,000 capacity compared to just 30,000 here, but this is incredibly well preserved. But where you do see the damage in a Colosseum is mainly due to earthquakes in the past, and here in El Jem it's from shelling to try and dislodge rebel troops in the area. I still see from the outside what looks like bullet holes in the wall here. And unlike the Colosseum in Rome, the arena floor is actually still in place here, covering over the passageways and cages down below. But it's strange really to be out here on this arena floor, because fundamentally it's such a dark place, killing just for the sake of entertainment. Wow, and this is the underground passageways and rooms where the gladiators and animals would be before the fights in the arena above. And it's really extensive here as well. This passageway just goes on for ages and ages, all these rooms at the side. It's amazing that you're allowed to explore all of this. Now that may be well on the trodden path if you're travelling across Tunisia, but that is absolutely a must. That was so worth doing. I thought I'd be in there for about a quarter of an hour. I was probably in there for 2 hours. Absolutely incredible. Right then, time to get down to the Louage station and get down to Sfax. Things are certainly a lot smaller here at El Jem Louage station. I have found a Louage going to Sfax, but I seem to be the first person here. It's very, very different to the other side in Sousa. So I might have to wait a while. Let's see. One other person has turned up. I think they need to fill 8 seats. All we can do is wait and see what happens. That's just the way of things here. So this is really what you're faced with most of the time in these places when you're looking for where to go. It's all written in Arabic. In the main stations, you seem to see it written in English just above the line of Louages, but people are really helpful. As long as you know how to pronounce the name of the place, then you'll get pointed where to go. Okay, there we go, back on the road again to Sfax. It took a little while there. Supposedly it's normally a lot busier than that, but this time very, very quiet. So I ended up paying for a few of the extra seats myself just to get things moving, because fundamentally I've only got an afternoon and evening in Sfax before I head on to Djerba, so got to try and make the most of it. And here we are, welcome to Sfax.